Okay, I wanted to show you just a little bit of what I do for my home waxing or home paraffin waxing. I have my machine there. I actually got it at Goodwill with all the wax. Turned it on. You could see how it hardened up where I let it sit during its downtime. You know, I used to do this every week, but it can take some time. And yeah, girl don't got that kind of time. But now maybe once a month. Weeks I can do it, I do it once a week. But I just put this on here to show you at first how long it takes for it to melt. And I don't even get to show you all of that. We're going to put this on some time lapse. But there it is, getting heated up. But it's a nice vanilla bean paraffin that I bought off of Amazon after I ran out of the wax that came with the machine itself. And the wax is not cheap, but let's speed this up a bit. Okay, I'm coming to check out my progress here. It's been about an hour and a half of melting. As you can see, there's still a big solid chunk in the middle. I think I'm gonna open it up here in a minute. Yep, here we go. And look, wiggle around. You can see it takes a while. And we're just gonna let this marinate a little bit more. It's been about another half an hour. It's still going, but it's good enough that I can at least scoop some out, which is what I'm going to do in order to start putting it on my little footsies. Okay, now I've taken off the booties and I'm peeling out the extra wax. This is where I said some people, may get freaked out, but this is only used on me. And this wax is good for multiple uses, and I don't have a lot of money. So I don't want to be using, all of my wax or half of my wax on one treatment. So the pieces that come off easily from inside the bags, I put back into the melter to remelt. And then, every once in a while, because I've been doing this for a few years, I'll let the wax get down pretty low, but there is a minimal fill line on that machine and just use it all up. Because you'll start to feel it loses its moisture. But I get as many uses out of this as I can. And then I get out the equivalent things for the hands, as you can see right there, and blow them up. I got my little tabby stuck on there, and use the same cup I've been using, get some wax, put it in there, and then I try to distribute it a bit amongst the fingers. As you see, there's quite a bit of wax in there, and I do one hand at a time because, again, I'll take a nap with it, but it takes a while for it to harden in there, and it can easily leak out the sides, and I've had to iron off. And I could show you how to get wax off of things if I ever need to. You get a warm iron, you put a piece of absorbent paper on it, and that's the way you get the wax off. But I'm just getting this on my hand. Gonna use that little sticky, put that on there, and I'm gonna do one hand at a time. And then when that one's done, I'll do the same thing and take the excess wax out of the gloves. Rolling the wax all amongst my fingers. Now, if you let it dry on your hands, it's a lot easier to get your excess wax back for recycling. So after I do this, I'm just going to do the one hand, go take a nap, take it off, take the excess wax off, and then do the other hand. And now I'm just going to show you where I am taking off one of the hand things and how I get all of the wax like back in there that didn't end up absorbing into my fingers. as you can see, well, maybe you can't. It's kind of hard. It's all bunched up, but I just turn the fingers inside out and look at all this. And this is probably $10 worth of wax out of all of what I'm doing right here, because those bags are about $15 each, and it took me 4 bags to fill up that melter. So I do conserve the wax that isn't used, whether some people think that's nasty or not. You know, and you gotta stretch the dollar. It's almost as much as gas nowadays. So that's just what I am doing there. And we have one more thing we're going to do. I have these terry cloth and it's got silicone on the inside to soften your elbows. My elbows get really rough from sitting in the office chair and leaning on them. So I use these to cover up. You can just wear those on themselves, and the silicone will moisturize your elbows. But what I do is first I put one on right below my elbow, as you'll see. And then it's not that hot. I dip, oops, almost spilled my phone into the wax. I dip my elbow into the wax, let it dry a little bit, and then I cover it up with the terry cloth thing. I got those on Amazon. I think this wrist elbow softeners, maybe they're called. I've had them for years. And then I'll do the other arm and leave them on for maybe a half an hour. Then I'll come take them off. Again, throw in the excess wax into the heater there. I let the heater go until it's all completely melted and homogenized, and then I turn it off, let it get all like a solid brick like I showed you before, and then the next time I'm ready to do it, it's ready again. All right, I hope this was helpful to some. It really does keep my elbows, feet, and hands nice and baby soft.